Progressive Democrats in Alabama gathered Tuesday night at the Bottle Tree Cafe on Birmingham's Southside to watch the second debate between President Barack Obama and Massachusetts Mormon Mitt Romney. After all the shouting was over, they concluded that Obama won the debate, performing much more presidential than he did in the first debate moderated by Jim Lehrer of PBS.
And in addition to some tough spending cuts, we've also got to make sure that the wealthy do a little bit more. So what I said is your first $250,000 worth of income, no change. And that means 98% of American families, 97% of small businesses, they will not see a tax increase. I'm ready to sign that bill right now. The only reason it's not happening is because Governor Romney's allies in Congress have held the 98% hostage because they want tax breaks for the top 2%. We created 23 million new jobs. That's part of what took us from deficits to surplus.
What do you think?
Said I haven't had any money since Bill Clinton was in office. I can tell you that.
Making $20 million a year to pay a lower tax rate.
Those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah.
Somebody making $50,000 is a different theory. And when Governor Romney stands here after a year of campaigning, when during a Republican primary he stood on stage and said, I'm going to give tax cuts. He didn't say tax rate cuts, he said tax cuts to everybody, including the top 1%. You should believe him, because that's been his history. If we want a strong middle class and an economy that's thriving for everybody.
Governor Romney, I'm sure you've got a reply there.
You're absolutely right. You heard what I said about my tax plan. The top 5% will continue to pay 60% as they do today. I'm not looking to cut taxes for wealthy people. I am looking to cut taxes for middle-income people. And I want to bring rates down, and at the same time lower exemptions and deductions, particularly for people at the high end. Because if you bring rates down, it makes it easier for small business to keep more capital and hire people. And for me, this is about jobs. I want to get America's economy going again.
And Kenny, we haven't had a chance to talk about education much, but I think it is very important to understand that the reforms we put in place, working with 46 governors around the country, are seeing schools that are some of the ones that are the toughest for kids starting to succeed. We're starting to see gains in math and science. When it comes to community colleges, we are setting up programs, including with Nassau Community College, to retrain workers, including young people who may have dropped out of school but now are getting another chance. Training them for the jobs that exist right now. And in fact, employers are looking for skilled workers, and so we're matching them up. Giving them access to higher education. As I said, we have made sure that millions of young people are able to get education that they weren't able to get before.
Who won the debate? Obama.
Yeah.
By how bad?
Huh?
How bad?
So you won it.
He did better than they did it. Than did the first time.
He did better than he did the first time?
Oh yeah.
So who won?
I think President Obama.
You think of President Obama?
He laid out a good plan, a future for our country.
Think he did better than the first debate?
Oh, much better.
School. And if you grew up in Alabama, you know the difference between going to a high school in Huffman and going to high school in a place like Clay Chalkville, Mountain Brook, Hoover, right? Penny Bailey wants to change that. She wants to make sure our children, no matter where we're from, no matter what community we are, we get the same education. And so with us as UAB College Democrats, that's what we're trying to change.
Who do you think won the debate?
I definitely think Obama won.
You think he did better than the first time? Did you watch the first debate?
Yes, he did much better. He was there.
Okay.
And one thing that I saw is when he was listening, he kind of, was leaning forward, like he was just ready for anything and everything.
Right.
And I liked that a lot, the body language. I think to be in any public office, whether it be the presidency or Congress or a judge, you have to have a level-headed enough to be able to answer questions.
So Obama has this Jackie Robinson kind of thing going on, which nobody ever mentions in the media. Yet Romney is sort of like did he come off as sort of a bully when he steps up there and says, hey, I get the next 2 minutes?
He does. He didn't as much this time as he did last time. There was a very good moderator. She, very definitely made sure that things
He was better than the public television guy the first time.
And I saw Obama do it a couple of times wants to. But I think that if Romney wasn't doing it first, he would probably be first thankful.
Right.
But he definitely he came with strong answers. And where Romney said, I will make this happen, and I'll make this happen, and I'll make this happen, and I'll make all these dreams come true, he never said that. And Obama had an agenda for every single thing he said. He was able to map it out. He was able to say, this is how I'll do this. And everything he said was things that were good for the American people as a whole. You know, and not even just the middle class, you know, and I am that. But he wants to do things that aren't going to hurt the upper class. Romney wants to pigeonhole us into this one type of thing that we've been doing forever. And, you know, it kind of reminds me of us in Alabama here. You know, a lot of the older politicians that have been here forever have this idea this is the way it's always been done and are not willing to move forward, which, in a way, has kept us behind.
Exactly.
Romney is talking about this idea with energy nationally. He doesn't want to move us forward because this is the way it's always been. And, you know, living in Alabama, I see this kind of parallel between the two in that way, and I don't want my, you know, I don't want my country to be behind just like my state sometimes is. But you asked, you know, how do we get things changed? You know, how do you know, as far as, you know, even the local level, how do we get things changed? My answer would be we educate people on what's going on and we get people voting.
Yeah.
You know, not enough people realize how important it is to go out and vote. And I think that those are the two main things to really get things changed and get things moving.